Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning into another Supatease video. And in this one, we've been accused of some drama. There has been a tweet made about me of a comment that I have made about a player from a solo shuffle lobby. First of all, the comment doesn't even make any sense to me. Why would I make this comment to a random person with no reason? So we're going to go over today and what the reason was. So we queued into a solo shuffle lobby with 4 or 5 other players whom I don't know. I don't have any of them on B tag. I've never played with them before. So I'm just going into this completely blind. We're playing out the game. We're doing as much damage as we can. We're swapping on hots against the resto druid, just trying to maximize our potential. Game is going totally fine. I had some sussy comments there about the shadow meld. I was like, is he botting there? Because he shadow melded a melee range stormbolt, but not really a big deal. We're just swapping to the druid, swapping off hots, keeping damage, playing the game out as normally as we can. Nothing really odd or peculiar. Druid is kiting around the map. Enemy team is doing their best to survive, freezing trap on DPS, stalling out the game. We haven't made any sort of comment. We're just playing our warrior, trying to max out our damage, really trying to focus on getting to 2400 rating. We leap over, get a fear on the druid. Still completely, totally normal lobby. We get darkness down from our demon hunter. We're playing out the game. Everybody's honestly playing a really good game on both sides at this point. And we're just continuing to swap on hots. We swap to the rest of the druid. Demon hunter comes up with me. We catch him downstairs, pally bubbles, and we just continue to go for damage. And we managed to max out and get a kill, I think, on the druid. Actually, no, he actually managed to make a miracle survive right there. And we get a kill a little bit later onto this druid. So we're pretty happy. We just won the first round. We're chilling. We're getting into the next round. We got double warrior paladin. I'm thinking same type of game. We're just going to be swapping around off hots, doing as much damage as possible. I'm not thinking anything of the lobby in particular. Just normal melee cleave lobby. We're going to get in here, get some damage rolling onto the demon hunter. Pressure onto multiple targets. Still nothing too strange is going on right now. I see the warrior leaping at the druid a bit and attacking the druid, so I kind of want to make my way over to the druid as well. So we make a swap over onto the druid. This is totally normal and standard. And solo shuffle to swap off hot, swap to resto druids. Fakes me on my pummel there, spell reflect the clone. Nothing abnormal. Continue training down, just trying to force hots, trying to stack them up so that we can cleave them down and get some AoE. Trying to get out of the clone, trying to stay offensive, trying to keep our momentum. Hunter pet goes downstairs. We get a fear on the druid. We swap to him in a hammer of justice, and we start getting even more pressure. We're trying to go through darkness, almost take him out. Gets away with Heart of the Wild, but we go for the blade storm, force tranquility. Didn't fall for the juke off the side of the bridge. Go for a sharpened blade out of the tranquility, and then just keep laying down damage. And we get a kill. We're feeling good. We're 2 rounds up, which is how I've explained the situation has gone on Twitter, but apparently we're going to have to make evidence of this. So now in the third round, I still don't know anybody in the lobby. It seemed like a normal lobby. Nothing too weird has happened whatsoever. So I start singing in the third lobby. I start singing just funny stuff, totally humorous stuff. But then I noticed throughout this round, I go into the paladin. I like testing, what are healers wearing low verse? Like, are they going to fall over? I like doing just healer tests in solo shuffle. So I go after the paladin a little bit at the start, and I'm paying mostly attention to the paladin at this point. And then I noticed that my resto druid is kind of just standing in the middle of the map. Like you can see right now, he's standing in the middle of the map right here, and not moving. And to me at this point in time was like, kind of troll. So I said, or in this round, I didn't say anything. In this round, I was still playing through the lobby, and I was just doing as much damage as I could, but I was definitely noticing, like, this is strange. Like, why are we just standing in the middle? We're not moving. Like, he was kiting in those last 2 rounds. Now we're standing in the middle, and it seemed really strange to me, right? This is, common for someone who's trying to troll, would be to just stand in one spot, and to continue to get trained down. But I don't make any comments about it here because, like, it's the first round, and I don't really know what's going on with this. So we move into the next round, and it's double warrior druid, but I definitely am starting to pick up like weird vibes. Like, why is he standing in the middle of the map? Like, again, he's not on my B tag. I didn't know who he was at this time. Didn't know who anybody was at this time in the game. Just seemed a little bit strange. We jump into the next game. We start on the demon hunter. I'm trying to snare him, trying to stop them from getting to the druid, but then he just goes right in the middle of the map again and stands still, tanking all their cooldowns while we're all dying because Beastmasters and demon hunters cleave 3 targets really easily. So I said, like, is this a bot? Because this is typically what a bot does, right, in arena. And if you don't know somebody and they're just standing in one spot doing the rotation, you're going to think they're botting. And then I was like, did he buy his account? Because then when I looked at his character, he's super high rated, and he's got a rank 1 title. And I'm thinking, like, why is he just standing in the middle of the map? Like, what is going on? I haven't made any comment directly to him and up until this point where I was saying, like, is he a bot or did he buy his account? He's just kind of standing in the middle of the map, and I don't really understand what's going on. So we're just trying to play it out even despite this. But with that strategy, it's not going to work. So we lose another round. So I'm really getting frustrated, right? Like I've said, like, is he bought his account? Is this a bot? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, he's a multi-rank 1 player. I'm inspecting him. I'm looking at his gear. I'm trying to figure out, like, what's going on. Because to me, this just looks like a random player in the lobby with me that is just trolling. So we go again into the middle of the map, and I see him just standing in the middle of the map again. And I'm like, okay, I'll try my best here. We're going to shockwave. We're going to try and peel for him, but if stacked up like this against these types of classes, like Sweeping Strikes, Blade Storm, Bestial Wrath, Pets, Cleaving, like, this is just not really an effective strategy to implement. So it just looks like trolling to me at this point in the game. So obviously I'm frustrated because I'm up 2 games in the first 2 rounds, and now I feel like I've got somebody trolling me, and this is something that does commonly happen, and this is how it was perceived to me at that moment. We're trying to still pressure the hunter. We're still just trying to win the game as normal. Not making any comments other than that. We fear the paladin. We stun his trinket. We're trying to play for the win. We intervene the druid. We're doing everything that we can really in this position to play the game out. Thunderclaps onto the pets, getting Rens up, shockwaving, peeling, trying to do what we can to survive, but really I mess up my heroic leap here, but we end up getting back up on top. We get bop from this guy, but Searing Glare hits the whole team. Everybody's dying on our side, and it's just like this jarring difference from the first 2 rounds that you saw with me, where we were running around the map and we were kiting, and he's doing a good job surviving, to this where we're just standing in the middle and we're just dying and we're just losing every round over and over and over. And so, like, to me, it just looked like he was trolling, which is why I said, like, is he a bot? Did he buy his account? Because to me, it just looked like a random person who maybe got frustrated and is trying to troll me. We get into the final round. Paladin dies, unfortunately, without bubbling. So, again, I'm going to be really tilted. It's like, okay, he died without bubbling. I'm kind of mad in this position. Paladin goes down. Game ends. And then after this game, which I'll link the clips, someone in my chat says, oh, the druid is streaming. And then this is the first time that I know who the druid is. And he tells me that the druid is trash talking me. And so I go and I look, and he's typed Supatease Warrior. And I'm thinking to myself, like, why is he trash talking me when he just went 1 in 5? He just stood in the middle of the map and died 3 times. This doesn't make any sense to me. I took a break from the computer at this point because I was angry. And then he hosts my channel, comes in my chat, and says, like, I wasn't trolling. This is the maximum healing build. But then it's like, we lost every single round doing it. Like, what do you mean this is the maximum healing build? It doesn't make any sense to me. And like, you just trash talked me. Like, you have an ego or something? Like, what's going on? Like, why? And I made this comment. I had Renar play like that as well, and he went 0-6. Bro. He's shit talk. Is he mad that he died to me twice, so then he decided to troll and stand in one spot? I don't really understand why people get ego. It's very obvious that this Max guy, like, has nothing else going for him, and WoW is everything. It's, like, very obvious. But you guys let me know what you think. Like, is this... I don't even think this is a big deal, to be honest. I don't even think it's a big deal. But for some reason, it was enough to make a tweet about it and to try and garner some sort of sympathy towards it. I was just going to move on with my life. But obviously, I felt the need to make this video because now he's trying to, like, deny that any of this happened. So yeah, other than that, thank you very much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Definitely not the typical video that you see on the channel as far as educational content, but I just wanted to make it and get it out there. So thank you, and I will see you in the next one.